Welcome to Bayes University, Abuja, Nigeria, with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution where you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
On Global TV News Express, Tinubu, Atiku governors urge unity at the Eid Kabir. Aviation Minister said Nigerian Airlines to fly US South America route soon. In business, farmers blame 50% monthly hike in maize rice, poultry closures for current increase in egg prices. On the first scene, Palestinians performed the Eid prayers in central Gaza's Bijis camp. In sports, International Paralympic Committee celebrates Nigeria's table tennis couple heading to Paris. Hello and welcome to all of viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express here on Global Television, coming to live from the Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Edikan Michael. President Bola Tinubu earlier today arrived at Dodan Barracks Eid ground, Ikoyi, Lagos, this morning to observe a two-unit Eid Kabir prayer. The president attended the Eid Kabir prayer at the prayer ground in the Obalindi Hamazat alongside his chief of staff, Femi Bajabiamila, former Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, and other aides and associates. President Tinubu left Abuja for Lagos to celebrate this year's Eid celebration. As Muslims celebrate the Eid festival today, President Bola Tinubu, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and some governors have congratulated them, urging them to imbibe, sacrifice, and pray for the national unity and peaceful coexistence of the country. The president congratulated the Muslims and prayed for Allah to accept their prayers and acts of devotion. The Department of State Services has advised Muslims in the country to be cautious while engaging in religious and social activities during the festive period. The service also urged them to observe all necessary personal security procedures. In a statement, the Director of Public Relations and Strategic Communication Department, Peter Funaya, advised operators and patrons of malls, parks and railway stations, among others, to ensure strict compliance with physical and other security measures required by the public safety. Speaker of the House of Representatives Abbas Tajuddin has called the Nigerians to continue praying for their leaders and be supportive for a better Nigeria. He made the call in his congratulatory message to Muslims as they mark this year's Eid Kabir. The message signed by his Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Musa Kirishi, he said the celebration is about total submission to higher authority, sacrifice and charity, urging Nigerians to imbibe these victories in their daily lives. Speaker Abbas noted that the celebration has a major significance in the lives of Muslims as it reminds the people of the supremacy of Allah and the importance of sacrifice. The senator representing the Federal Capital Territory, Ireti Kingbi, has congratulated Nigerians, particularly Muslims, on the occasion of the Eid Kabir celebration. This was disclosed in a statement issued in Abuja by a Senior Special Assistant of Media, Kennedy Mbabele, while the lawmaker calling on Nigerians, especially for leaders, to reflect and emulate Prophet Ibrahim's virtues of sacrifice. An Islamic cleric and a lecturer at the Department of Religious, Lagos State University, Dr. Siddiq Uthman, has advised Muslim faithfuls to exercise restraint during the Salah celebration. The cleric said this is necessary considering the current economic situation in the country, where the prices of rams and other necessities had soared. Uthman also said Muslims must not indulge in lavish spending that exceeds their financial capacity. Now, the founder and Grand Sheikh of the Muslims in Light Organization, Dr. Rashid Akimbel, has emphasized the need for adherence to divine guidance in order to alleviate the suffering of the masses. In his Eid Kabir message, he urged both leaders and citizens to turn to Allah for guidance to survive in hard times. Dr. Akimbel harped on the importance of demonstrating love to fellow citizens and being content with Allah's provisions. Enugu State Governor Peter Mba has congratulated Muslims in the state and across the nation on the occasions of this year's Eid Kabir. Mba urged them to use the occasion to exhibit love, tolerance, peace, unity, and sense of sacrifice to move the nation forward. He made the call in his goodwill message to the Muslim faithful at the Eid Kabir, stressing that the present socio-economic challenges will ultimately abate through the collective sacrifice and commitment to nation building by all Nigerians. In celebration of the Eid Kabir, Imam Abdullah Ibrahim has called on the federal government to fast-track its plans to revamp the country's economy and a renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. The cleric made the call while observing the Eid Kabir prayers at the National Mosque in Abuja. Samuel Odi has details.
In the spirit of the celebration, the Imam Abdullahi Ibrahim encouraged Muslims to be their brothers' keepers and also to help the government in curtailing the fight against banditry in the country. He further encouraged Muslim faithfuls to abide by Allah's instruction and make sacrifice to Allah to defend its family and nations from domestic and foreign threats.
Call on the government to fast-track the process of the renewed hope, as we always remain in hope for that renewed hope. Yeah.
Former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Honorable Babangida S.M. Jore, encouraged Nigerians to be patient and continue to live in peace and unity so as to strengthen democracy in Nigeria.
Support our leaders so that they can deliver what we call dividends of democracy to our own people. Thank you, sir.
Eid el-Kabir is significant in the Islamic calendar to commemorate Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son in obedience to the command from Allah. The period is observed with Eid prayers, charity, social gatherings, festive meals, and gift sharing. Samuel Odi, reporting for Global Television News.
Public health physicians have cautioned Nigerians not to allow the economic hardship to drive them into consuming the meat of sick animals, as they may contain infectious diseases that may jeopardize their health. The physicians said meat from sick animals should be avoided irrespective of how cheap they may be. The expert further warned that meat from sick animals like ram and cow could lead to disease spreading, including the transmission of zoonotic diseases such as beef tapeworm infections and tuberculosis and anthrax disease. Ogun State Police Command promised to increase its presence in some flashpoints across the state to ensure that the security of the residents is never threatened during the Eid-Kabir celebration. The command also promised to provide 24 patrol of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, the Karalong Bridge, and the Sagamu-Ijebu-Ode Benin Expressway. The spokesperson of the State Command, SP Omolola Odotula, said police would be seen conducting search and stop operations in locations such as Onigari, the Long Bridge, Alakpawa, Sango Ijebu, among others. United Nations Children Fund has stated that children under the age of 5 are particularly vulnerable to severe dehydrations and higher mortality rates during the cholera outbreaks. A statement by the Chief of United Nations Children Fund Lagos Field Office, Celine, says addressing the challenges of cholera outbreaks requires a deliberate focus on state policies to provide high-standard water and sanitation facilities, as well as strengthen the healthcare systems capable of responding to the demand of times of outbreaks. She added that the state should lead educational campaigns on cholera prevention to protect children and the population at large. Now, the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has appealed to the federal government not to reverse its earlier ban on certificate obtained from the universities in Togo and Republic of Benin. In a statement signed by its National Senate Clerk, Abdul Yanki, in Abeokuta, the state capital, the student body warned against yielding to unnecessary pressure over what it referred to as long overdue policy, saying any action contrary would only spell doom for the nations and jeopardize the standard of qualitative education for its citizens. You're watching News Express coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and all the handles now shown on your screen. When News Express returns, Palestinians in mourning as Muslims' war marks the Eid Adha. These and all the stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chong Annabelle Joseph on Global Television.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, a show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
In an ever busy road, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on Global Television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks, knockdowns, and victories. Talk sports with the king of sports, Anthony Momadou. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss out.
Beautiful work from the wingers.
You're still watching News Express on Global Television. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, the federal government has announced plans to begin an assessment of the ongoing cleanup of oil-polluted sites in Ogoni Land in Rivers State to ascertain how it impacts the lives and livelihood of the people. The government promised that it will give proper attention to addressing the challenges and bottlenecks affecting the development of the oil and gas-rich area. The Senior Special Assistant in Community Engagement to President Bola Tinubu South Gift John Bull disclosed this during a one-day Ogoni Cleanup Stakeholders Roundtable meeting in Bori, headquarters of Ghana, local government area of Rivers State. On the foreign scene, the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip and the occupied West Bank are marking a solemn hit as the Israeli military continues its attack more than 8 months after the start of the war. In the Basic enclave, where more than 37,000 Palestinians have been killed, people gathered in the rubble of their neighborhoods to pray today. The Israeli army announced that it will implement a daily tactical pause of military activity in the path of the southern Gaza Strip during daylight hours to facilitate the delivery of the aid. Niger stopped exporting oil to China, though its pipeline to Benin calls Oil Minister Mohamed Mustafa Bako discloses escalating an ongoing standoff between the West African neighbors. At the Gadim oil field in eastern Niger, Bako supervised the shutdown of a section of the 2,000 kilometers pipeline which was meant to transport oil to China as part of a $400 million agreement with the China National Petroleum Corp, according to Africa Briefing. The relations between Niger and Benin have been tense since May, when the Benin blocked crude exports through its port, insisting that Niger's junta reopen the border to Beninese goods and restore the normal relations. In business, as Muslim nationwide prepare for the Salah celebration, there's been a surge in purchases which came with the lamentations of the high cost of sacrificial animals and essential food items needed for the Salah celebration. This festive spirit is dampened by concerns over the soaring prices of sacrificial animals and the necessary ingredients. Many Muslims across the country are experiencing dismay at the high cost of rams of various sizes, as well as staples like tomatoes, peppers, and oil palms, which are crucial for feasts during this auspicious occasion. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, said the federal government has commenced the process of empowering Nigerian airlines to have direct access to international routes to the United States and the South American countries. On March 20, Air Peace commenced the Lagos-London flight services, but during an interview, Keyamo said the government is putting plans in place for local airlines in the country to commence direct flight operations to both the U.S. and South America. Retail egg prices have increased by 25% in the past 2 weeks, while farm gate prices have seen a rise of about 17%. And the farmers and traders attribute to the increase to scarcity following significant closures of poultry farms in the country, and also to a renewed increase in the prices of maize and soya ingredients used in the poultry feed production. The food prices have generally increased across the country in the past year due to the depreciation of the naira and a rise in the transport costs. The increase in egg prices could negatively affect the poultry industry, which is also experiencing similar stress from high input prices. And focus on sports, the International Paralympic Committee has celebrated Nigeria's para-table tennis couple, Christiana and Kayode Alabi, who are preparing to feature at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games in France. The committee on its website described the couple as the role models for athletes across the globe. Preparing for Paris 2024, they have increased their workload and added 1 gym session per week to the training schedule. However, the preparations for their games debunked to an end as they leave the sport hall. Napoli striker Victor Osimhen has lashed out coach Finidi George, stating that he has lost respect for him over some comments on his attitude towards the national team. Finidi, who is said to have also resigned as the head coach of the Super Eagles, was quoted to have said he can't beg Osimhen to play for the national team after the player withdrew from their last 2 2026 World Cup qualifiers due to injury. The striker was said to have been ruled out by the 4-week injury and was replaced by Enugu Rangers defender Kenneth Igboke. As we wrap up the Global TV News Express, let's take a look at the top stories. President Bola Tinubu and others prominent Nigerians have urged citizens to unite in the spirit of the Eid-Kabir. Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo has announced the Nigerian airlines are soon to fly United States and South America routes soon. In business, farmers have blamed 50% monthly hike in maize price and poultry closures for current increase in egg prices. On the foreign scene, Palestinians have performed the Eid prayers in central Gaza's Beirut camp. And in sports, we told you International Parliamentary Committee has celebrated Nigeria's para table tennis couple heading to Paris. That's the package on News Express coming to life from my Just Capital Abuja 1 Star Time, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing the screen. I'm Edika Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.